It's going to be great.
That'll be fun.
So last night, did you get woken up by the thunder and lightning?
I did, yeah, it was loud.
I woke myself up because I was starting to sleepwalk.
Of course you did.
I had 1 foot out of the bed, sitting up, talking. I woke myself up mid-sentence, talking about a hole that I saw in the ceiling. I can't even begin to explain the dream.
Wait, you talk in your sleep too?
All the time. It's a real problem. I wake up everyone. It's a real problem.
I've heard. You've told me some stories.
Yes, I talk in Spanish sometimes, and I'm not very good at talking in Spanish, so it's bad Spanish.
What do you say in Spanish?
Like broken English Spanish, and my husband will be like, go back to bed. You
Honey,
know?
go give me a taquito?
I have probably less coherent than that. Okay. I have... at times, and this is segueing into a story about sleepwalking, so I'll get to that in a second. But there was a time I woke up my husband because you know how sometimes the sheet is stuck underneath someone and you're pulling the sheet as hard as you can? Because
you're cold and you want to...
Yes, well, I pulled the sheet as hard as I could, then I heard a rip. It was my husband's pajama pants. I ripped his pajama pants up his leg.
So it wasn't sleep you were after that night.
Who knows? I was asleep. I can't be held accountable for my actions. So last night, it's true. I wake up and I'm sitting up and talking about a hole in my ceiling. There's no hole in my ceiling. 1 foot out of bed, and then I finally come to my senses. I'm like, wait, I'm here, no hole in ceiling. Where am I going? Where am I going this time? Because my husband has found me in the house, standing in the bathroom, just standing in front of me. I mean, just the weirdest things. So I was not surprised to see this study that just came out that said that sleepwalking is genetic, because my dad walks in his sleep.
Okay.
So my poor mom, my poor mom.
She gets it from both sides.
Oh my gosh, there were times, she said, when I was 5 and when I was real little, it was really bad. She would wake up, put my dad back to bed, and he'd be like pulling on some potted plant hanging from the ceiling, because he thought it was the baby, which is so weird.
He thought it was you.
Yeah, and then he'd be like, the baby, and then she'd hear like a thud coming from my room, and then she comes to my room, and I'm walking into the wall and backing up. It's so weird. So I am not surprised to find out that sleepwalking is genetic. I am glad, though, we adopted our son, so it stops with me. Sleepwalking stops with me. And if